Most cat owners think feeding their cat is simple. Open a can, fill the bowl, done. But what if that one daily decision was quietly reshaping your cat's organs, behavior, weight, and lifespan, and you had absolutely no idea it was happening? Cats are not just domesticated animals. They are desert predators wearing a domestic costume. Their wild ancestors, including the African wildcat, lived in arid environments where standing water was scarce and unreliable. Over thousands of years, their bodies adapted by extracting almost all needed hydration directly from the prey they hunted. A freshly caught mouse, for example, is approximately 70–75% water by body weight. Because of this evolutionary design, cats developed an unusually weak thirst drive compared to dogs or humans. Their brains simply do not send strong drink water signals the way other mammals' brains do. Fast forward to today, the majority of house cats are fed dry kibble, which contains only 6–10% moisture. That is a catastrophic drop from the 70–75% their biology was designed to receive. And because their thirst drive is so suppressed, most cats never compensate by drinking enough from a bowl. They walk past the water dish not because they are stubborn, but because their nervous system genuinely does not alarm them the way it should. A study published in the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery confirmed what veterinarians have observed clinically for decades. Cats fed wet food produce significantly higher volumes of urine at substantially lower concentration levels, the two most precise biological indicators of proper hydration. When you introduce wet food daily, you are not just adding moisture to a meal, you are correcting a fundamental mismatch between what your cat's body was built for and what modern feeding practices have provided. Every single benefit that follows on this list is made possible by this one foundational correction. Feline lower urinary tract disease, commonly known as FLUT, is one of the most frequently diagnosed conditions in domestic cats. It affects an estimated 1–3% of the cat population annually, but that number climbs sharply in middle-aged, overweight, and indoor male cats. A urinary blockage, where crystals, mucus plugs, or inflammatory debris physically obstruct the urethra, is not just uncomfortable. It is a life-threatening emergency. A blocked cat that is not treated within 24–48 hours can die from kidney failure or bladder rupture. Emergency veterinary intervention for a urinary blockage typically costs between $500 and $3,000, and recurrence rates are high in cats that return to the same diet and lifestyle. The two most common types of urinary crystals in cats are struvite, magnesium ammonium phosphate, and calcium oxalate. Both form when urine is concentrated. Chronic dehydration from dry food diets is the most consistent dietary risk factor identified across multiple veterinary studies. Wet food addresses this at the most fundamental level. By dramatically increasing daily fluid intake through food itself, urine concentration drops. The kidneys are able to filter waste without pushing minerals to saturation point. Male cats are disproportionately vulnerable because their urethras are anatomically narrower than females, making even small amounts of debris a serious risk. For these cats especially, daily wet food is not a luxury upgrade. It is a genuine medical intervention. Many veterinarians now recommend it as a first and most important dietary change. According to the most recent survey by the Association for Pet Obesity Prevention, approximately 59.5% of cats in the United States are classified as overweight or obese. Obese cats face elevated risks of diabetes, liver conditions, osteoarthritis, and a measurably shorter lifespan. The reason is that the problem is not primarily volume, it is composition. Standard dry kibble formulas contain anywhere from 25% to 50% carbohydrates. But cats are obligate carnivores. They have almost no salivary amylase and significantly reduced hepatic glucokinase activity, meaning their livers are poorly equipped to process glucose. The excess carbohydrate energy that their bodies cannot efficiently use gets converted and stored as fat. It is not a behavior problem. It is a biochemical mismatch. Wet food restructures this equation entirely. It is naturally high in animal protein, moderate in fat, and very low in carbs. The protein content supports lean muscle. The lower caloric density per gram means a cat can eat a satisfying volume of food while consuming fewer total calories. Research found that cats maintained leaner body compositions. Research from the Waltham Center found that cats fed wet food maintained leaner body compositions even when eating freely. The satiety response triggered by dietary protein is stronger and more sustained, which means the cat feels genuinely full. If you have a cat that screams at 4:01 a.m. or inhale food in under 30 seconds, it's a hunger cycle. When a cat eats dry kibble, the high carb content causes a rapid spike in blood glucose, followed by a crash. That drop triggers hunger signals. The stomach empties fast, and the brain never receives a lasting "I am full" signal. Wet food interrupts this cycle. First, the high protein content stimulates the release of cholecystokinin, CCK, a gut hormone that travels to the brain and activates satiety centers. Second, the moisture content adds physical volume to the meal, which stretches the stomach wall and activates mechanoreceptors, pressure-sensitive nerve endings that send their own signal. A study in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior documented measurably reduced food-seeking behavior. Cats that feel satisfied are calmer, quieter, and far less likely to treat every moment as a countdown. A cat's coat is one of the most reliable external indicators of internal health. When a coat looks dull, feels rough, or sheds excessively, it is not a surface problem. It is a nutritional report card. Cat fur is composed almost entirely of keratin, a protein that requires a continuous supply of specific amino acids like cysteine and methionine, as well as omega fatty acids and vitamins. When these nutrients are insufficient, the body deprioritizes cosmetic maintenance in favor of keeping vital organs functioning. The coat is one of the first systems to degrade. The extrusion manufacturing process for dry kibble exposes ingredients to temperatures exceeding 150 degrees C, which degrades heat-sensitive nutrients, including many fatty acids and vitamins. Wet food, by contrast, is primarily composed of minimally processed animal tissue, muscle meat, and organs, which delivers amino acids and fatty acids in their most bioavailable form. Research in the Journal of Nutritional Science demonstrated significant improvements in coat quality and skin hydration. Most owners notice visible coat changes within 3 to 6 weeks. Chronic kidney disease is the single leading cause of death in senior cats. Studies estimate that between 30% and 40% of cats over the age of 10 are affected. The kidneys are responsible for filtering metabolic waste products from the blood and excreting them through urine. To do this efficiently, they require adequate fluid. When a cat is chronically underhydrated, as millions of dry-fed cats are, the kidneys must filter increasingly concentrated waste. This puts nephrons under mechanical stress. Nephrons cannot regenerate once damaged. By the time clinical signs appear, weight loss, increased thirst, lethargy, the kidneys have typically already lost 65 to 75% of their capacity. Daily wet food cannot reverse kidney damage, but many veterinary nephrologists recommend it as a standard preventive strategy. A kidney that never has to overwork does not wear out as fast. For years, dry kibble has been marketed with the claim that its crunchy texture helps clean cats' teeth. The logic sounds plausible. Chewing hard food creates abrasion, but clinical evidence does not support this. Most cats do not chew kibble thoroughly. They crack it and swallow it in large pieces. Kibble shatters rather than abrading the full tooth surface. The area most critical for dental health, the gum line, receives almost no mechanical contact from kibble. Additionally, high starch content leaves a residue that bacteria convert to acid. Wet food does not have a cleaning effect, but it also doesn't leave starchy substrate. The gold standard remains enzymatic toothpaste paired with VOHC-approved treats and professional cleanings. Protein is not just one nutrient among many. It is the foundation of their entire metabolic system. Unlike dogs or humans, cats cannot downregulate their protein catabolism when intake drops. Their livers are constitutively programmed to use amino acids as an energy source, meaning they are always burning protein for fuel. When dietary protein is insufficient, the body catabolizes muscle. This is particularly critical as cats age. Sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle mass, is associated with shorter survival times, reduced immune competence, and slower wound healing. Senior cats require more dietary protein than younger adults to counteract reduced absorption. Wet food provides a complete amino acid profile in its most bioavailable form. Many dry formulas supplement protein with corn gluten or soy, which are less bioavailable and deficient in specific amino acids like taurine and arachidonic acid. Wet food ensures a cat never cannibalizes muscle. Nutrition and behavior are deeply connected. A cat whose nutritional needs are chronically unmet is a cat whose nervous system is under constant low-level stress, and stress produces behaviors. Nutritionally incomplete cats show elevated cortisol, which drives territorial aggression, heightened reactivity to stimuli, compulsive behaviors like over-grooming, and disrupted sleep cycles. When transitioned to daily wet food, many of these behaviors resolve. Owners report cats became notably calmer in each other's presence, woke their owners less, and over-grooming improved. Everything covered in this video is real and clinically supported. But there is one risk that comes specifically with wet food, one that can silently reverse every benefit. Wet food spoils fast. The moment an opened can reaches room temperature, it enters the bacterial danger zone between 4°C and 60°C, where pathogenic bacteria like Salmonella can double their population every 20 minutes. Within 1 to 2 hours, a bowl of wet food that looks normal may already contain bacterial loads significant enough to cause gastrointestinal illness. Grazing cats are particularly at risk. The rules are non-negotiable. Never leave wet food out for more than 2 hours. If unfinished, remove it and discard it. Any unused portion in the can should be covered and refrigerated. Cold food directly from the fridge is less appealing. Cats are hardwired to prefer food at approximately body temperature, around 38 degrees, because it mimics fresh prey. Cold food can undermine intake, warm it slightly. A few seconds in the microwave or adding warm water brings refrigerated food to the ideal range and dramatically improves palatability. Handle wet food correctly, and it is a powerful nutritional tool. Every one of these changes, hydration, weight, kidneys, coat, behavior, starts with one decision: what goes in the bowl? And now you know exactly how to make it right. Every bowl is an opportunity for a healthier, longer life for your cat. Your one daily decision is quietly reshaping their future. Make it count.